and began examining how STEM culture affects high-achieving Black and Brown people. Ever since, she has been breaking new ground. Through her research, her scholarship, and writing, Ebony is helping us to understand the mental health consequences experienced by minoritized students and professionals in the STEM fields. Over the course of this work, she has received some 13 awards from the National Science Foundation. She has published in both peer-reviewed journals, popular media, and is the author of a book, Black, Brown, Bruised, a book based on hundreds of interviews with high-achieving, underrepresented STEM students and faculty of color. Ebony has also pioneered multiple initiatives in pursuit of her goals, including founding Our Rights, an organization committed to research, advocacy, and policy work that helps dismantle systemic racism and barriers in STEM. And I'm sure she'll be talking a little bit more about Our Rights. Ebony has been a terrific addition to our school here in public health, to the School of Education, and indeed to the university. And I know her colleagues in mental health appreciate her collaborative spirit and her full commitment to mentoring the next generation of scientists. We are grateful to benefit from Ebony's perspective and expertise as we look to shape the future of our school and our field. Ultimately, we want to make the Bloomberg School the best possible place for everyone to learn and work, and we want to nurture greater wellness and resiliency for all those working in STEM fields. And of course, the changes that we make within will ripple, we hope, throughout the world. As Ebony writes in the opening of her book, quote, STEM fields have influenced nearly every aspect of human life, so the ability to cultivate talent in the STEM arena links directly to our everyday lives. And we all know the truth of that statement. If we foster a more equitable and inclusive STEM environment, we will be opening the doors for greater innovation and new discoveries and building a better future for us all. Professor McGee, thank you for all you do to help us understand and nurture resiliency and well-being in our communities. I know this work is not easy, especially given the time we are in. We are grateful for all you give our school, our university, and of course the field. And we are so excited to hear from you today. Ebony?
Thank you, Dean Ellen. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. I also want to thank the folks from the School of Public Health, the School of Education, my Our Right team members, and anyone who was responsible for making this happen. Okay, because I have 66 slides, I'm going to get started right away. And thank you, Ellen, for forecasting some of the slides that I'm going to present. So as the dean stated, I'm an engineer, but she may not know I'm actually a recovering engineer. I feel like if there was a 12-step program for engineers who've faced racial battle fatigue or sexual battle fatigue or just battle fatigue in general, I would certainly be in that club. I was often told to sort of take a colorblind or race-neutral approach to leave my Blackness at the door. Now, how does someone like me do something like that? Or maybe to leave my gender at the door. And then when I had my son and I was a quote unquote single parent, don't tell anybody about that. So, in terms of reifying certain stereotypes that they had about me, my education, the fact that I had coveted internships, a really good GPA, didn't mean anything. Seemingly didn't mean anything. I had to continue to prove myself over and over again. So when I got laid off, and I'm just being really transparent about that because the CV looks like this, but my life is actually like this, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. I decided to reinvent myself and to study people like me. So folks who were high achieving, who made really good grades in their STEM courses, but were still sort of troubled by their experiences. And it took me along the path to understand the culture of STEM. So, the culture of STEM, okay, let me just say it. STEMers have a superiority complex. You know, they really, really do. And it's often one that is manufactured by the way in which we view STEM. And we're often told, Black and brown folks are often told, if you go into STEM, you'll make really good money. And that may be true, but you'll probably make $30,000 less than your counterpart. So it's certainly not a equal playing field in that sense. And the whole messaging that we're seeing today, tomorrow, and yesterday is all about warfare, global domination, hating China and Russia, being the super duper power, which really doesn't resonate with Black and brown folks who don't want to build more bombs. They want better communities. So that took me to, I was going to be in my happy place, that I was just going to focus on success. I was going to focus on minoritized success. So what does it mean to be Black, brown, and I do include Asians because you can be overrepresented, and this is not in all STEM fields, but in some STEM fields, but still face vicious forms of marginalization. And I wanted to study career trajectories. I was really interested in why folks would spend so much time getting a PhD just for 5 years, not to do STEM, not to even want to do STEM ever again in life. And it was all that about resilience is a criminalized for that the culture of wellness is somehow not only responsible for yourself, right? So include what it means from the body to but the community, everything, right? And what this does is activate, don't get arrested, and remember when you taste some wine
If
I come from
within the country and not without of the country, but certainly just the implementation.
않습니다. 좀 쉽진 않을 것 같고 아 이막이 이막도 맞겠지? 봉이 많다. 1막보다 봉이 많네요. 이렇게 못 먹을 일이야? 다댐을 먹기 위해서 죽기 살기로 성체 파는 중이요. 다댐을 먹기 위해서 제가 한 가지 팁을 드리자면요. 피트는 하지 마세요. 제가 피트를 350판 정도 돌았는데 다이어댐에 일단 흰색 다댐 받고 매직이랑 레어 이상 먹어본 적이 없습니다. 화생이 맞아? 황체나 화생 다른 것도 먹을 겸 해가지고 맞아요. 불광에서 드신 분들이 의외로 많아요. 진짜로. 왜 이렇게 안 줘? 어려운 거 아니잖아. 라테뽕 그냥 주란 말이야.